60, and away they go. Great start there for Alan Carter, I think has taken the lead. The riders charge into the second corner. Will they get round safely? One rider left behind on the grid, but everyone gets through the second corner safely and up to Christmas corner. Looks like Alan Carter with the early lead. Ava Carter in there as well. Matthew Bolsover in third. Jordan Smith, Ed Best also well placed as they make their way down the hill. And Alan Carter, race leader. Bolsover goes through into second place though. Nips down the inside of Ava Carter as they make their way round onto the second half of the lap. And it looks like Alan Carter starting to pull away slightly as Ava Carter fights back, goes down. Oh, there's some bar banging there between Matt Bolsover and I think might be number 44 possibly. They go in towards the top corner, and as the riders bang handlebars behind him, number 1 Alan Carter starts to pull away going into the final corner, charging down the straight. Oh, there's the problems there though. That I think was Matt Bolsover that's gone down on the final corner. Very slippery final corner, and Bolsover goes down. I think he's all right. And Bolsover, just looking on the final corner, I think he might have twisted an ankle or he's hobbling away, and it looks like Matthew Bolsover, one of the favourites in this race class, is out of the race on the first lap, and he is in some pain. Down on the floor. I think we may need medics down to the finish line, please. That's medics to the finish line. Could we please have medics to the finish line? So Matthew Bolsover taking a nasty tumble on the final corner and out of the race, but back on track. It's getting very close between Alan Carter, who leads the way, but the battle for second getting close now because Ava Carter still in second, Ed Best in third, and here they come round the final corner. Alan Carter pulls away. Ava Carter and Ed Best battling away for that second place. It's all very close. Jordan Smith in fourth. And pulling away at the top of the hill now goes Alan Carter, your race leader, starting to close up on one of the tail enders as another rider goes down on the final corner. But I think, unlike Bolsover, this rider okay. It's a little bit treacherous on that final corner. One or two riders caught out in the early stages. Now I'm looking out of my window down here at the finish line, and it looks like Matthew Bolsover, he looks okay. He's talking to the medics at the moment. And it looks like Bolsover, I think he might be just walking wounded. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but the medics very quickly on the scene. Let's hope that Matt Bolsover is okay. Just getting him a chair to sit on for now. Back on track though, we see here number 108, Tom Orland, who's running strongly in fourth place, as Ed Best and Ava Carter continuing their battle for second place. Alan Carter, your race leader, 56.884. Ed Best now through to second place, the gap 2.7 seconds. Tom Orland in third place. And here we see number 23, Brendan Allen, battling away with 29, Dave Smith and Ben Baxter. These riders rounding out the top 10 as they make their way down the straight. Very close indeed. Paul Ward, number 14, in there as well. He's in 8th place, and this four-way battle for 8th place with Paul Ward just ahead of Brendan Allen, Dave Smith and Ben Baxter in there as well as they go through into Christmas corner. It's all getting a bit tight and a bit bunched up there for 8th place as they make their way through past the tail ender as well. 2 retirements so far, as we saw Matt Bolsover out of the race and Jamie Rose. Richard Bork went down on the previous lap on the final corner. We saw him pushing his bike away, so I think he may be out of the race. We'll keep an eye out for him on the track though as your race leader goes through. Number 1, Alan Carter charging away at the front. Ed Best and Ava Carter still very close battle for second place. Russ Ollivant in 5th place, number treble 5 from Charlie Hall. Ben Clucas, Paul Ward in there as well. And this is the battle that we're seeing going into the final corner now. Paul Ward, number 14, just ahead of number 23. And you see the riders really slowing down into that final corner. They usually take that corner a lot faster here at Whilton Mill, but that part of the track was sheltered by the pit area, the pit buildings, and it was quite slippery this morning. There was a lot of work by the track officials to get the track ready, and very testing conditions for the riders. But Alan Carter, still your race leader, and we see the battle for 8th place still charging away with number 14, Paul Ward, in 8th place. Brendan Allen, 23, still right on his tail from Dave Smith in 9th, number 29, and Ben Baxter rounding out the top 10. Ava Carter leads Alan Carter, say, leading the race by 3 seconds from Ed Best. Ava Carter in third. Yellow flags down by me on the start straight here. And the rider goes down on the first corner, just trying to identify who that rider is. I don't think it's one of the front runners, but the fallen rider is okay. And picking the bike back up, Ed Best still there in second place, just ahead of Ava Carter. Tom Orland in fourth place from Russ Olivan, number treble 5, rounding out the top 10. And there we see the fallen rider. We'll try and identify that rider in a few moments' time, see who that is. Just push the bike away. So the rider unhurt, but out of the race. Might have broken the visor, I think. Looks like that is a retirement from the race, possibly Jordan Wilkes. We will confirm that, though, of course, not for definite. And on the live stream here, we see the battle for what was 6th place, but Russ Olivan getting involved in that as well. Russ Olivan, number treble 5, is in 5th place. Charlie Hall, number 8, in 6th. Ben Clucas, 7th. And number 14, Paul Ward, dropping a few places, just ahead of Brendan Allen in 9th. Dave Smith rounding out the top 10. Alan Carter still your race leader by 3 seconds as 23. Brendan Allen tries to go for the pass. So Jordan Wilkes, 379, back in the race, now in 15th position as Alan Carter leads the way and looks in great form as they make their way around the second half of the lap. 1 or 2 of the midfield runners making their way through. Number 3, Ashley Jones in 12th place, 38. Ben Cole, who's currently in 12th. And Jordan Smith trying to fight his way through. He's down in 14th position. As the race leader Alan Carter goes through, up into second place now goes Ava Carter, gets past Ed Best. And starting to pull away a bit now, so Ava Carter's on the move and the riders now starting to come into the tail enders. Tom Orland, number 108, is in 4th place. Russ Olivan, though, the battle now for 5th place, getting very close with Charlie Hall, Ben Clucas, Paul Ward and Brendan Allen in there as well. Make their way into the final corner. This battle here in the midfield, gingerly around that final corner, the riders taking care because it is quite slippery, and they go past the finish line into the first corner, and that battle for 6th place still charging away. Russ Olivan, who say he's cleared away in 5th place. Number 8 Charlie Hall in 6th, then Paul Ward now through to 7th place. Ben Baxter goes through to 8th, and Brendan Allen drops to 9th position. In that scrap for the remaining few positions in the top 10, we have 2 laps to go. And number 1, Alan Carter leads the way. It's Ava Carter in 2nd place, Ed Best in 3rd. At the moment, number 108, Tom Orland, just goes through the finish line now in 4th position, looking strong, all on his own with Russ Olivan a few seconds down, 24.4 seconds down on the race leader. 5.3 seconds down on Tom Orland, and Olivan, however, setting his fastest lap of the race so far. So he in with a late shout. We can see the finish line, the start here with the last lap board. Ready now for number 1, Alan Carter, who makes his way up towards the final corner. He's got his way through some of the back markers and will take the 1 lap board, goes railing it onto the curbs on the outside. And Alan Carter, your race leader. 1 lap to go. Ava Carter still in 2nd place and pulling away from the 3rd place rider Ed Best. The gap now 2.7 seconds between Ava Carter in 2nd place and 21 Ed Best in 3rd. There is the race leader on the live stream now. Alan Carter up, going past Christmas Corner and down the hill into the right-hander. And Alan Carter leading the way by 3.4 seconds. He's got a tail ender in front, but doesn't need to take any chances because he's got a decent gap. Ava Carter still there in 2nd place, as we said on the previous lap, was 3.4 seconds, and I think she is closing up slightly. But Alan Carter looks like he's going to bring this one home as he goes through the chicane up towards the final corner. Checkered flag now been readied, and race number 1 of the Pit Bike 160 is about to go to Alan Carter. Goes round the final corner. He's got Dave Smith in front, but taking the checkered flag. Number 1, Alan Carter, your race winner in the Pit Bike 160 class. Ava Carter in 2nd place, number 77. Ed Best goes through in 3rd, number 21. And Tom Orland and Russ Oliver will round things out in 4th and 5th place. And away they go. Pit bike 160s get underway going into the first corner, and Ava Carter takes the lead. They charge into the second corner. One rider in a bit of trouble on that first corner with some bike trouble maybe. One or two of the bikes seem to be coughing and spluttering today. Very cold conditions. But they all seem to have, well, just about got away. One rider is going quite slowly around the first corner. At the front though, Ava Carter leads the way. Alan Carter in second. Matt Bolsover in third. Looks like Jordan Smith in fourth. And it's getting very close to the front here between Ava Carter, Alan Carter, Matthew Bolsover, the top three. Very, very close indeed. We didn't see Bolsover in the first race, of course. He crashed on the first lap, so let's hope it's a better ride for him this time, because he's certainly one rider who will be in the mix as they come into the final corner. Ava Carter leads, Alan Carter in second, Matthew Bolsover third. They charge past the finish line. Number 189 in fourth place, Jordan Smith. Tom Orland in there as well as the leaders make their way through to the second corner. Oh, as Ava Carter makes a mistake. She hit the curb on the second corner, runs very wide, and that puts Alan Carter into the lead. Bolsover into second, has a look down the inside going into Christmas corner. And it's all getting exciting at the front here in this Pit Bike 160 race number 2. Alan Carter leads, Matt Bolsover second. There's a rider in trouble on the second corner, but I think the rider's okay, just trying to get the machine restarted. At the front though, it's turning now into a duel between Alan Carter and Matt Bolsover. Very close indeed. Bolsover all over the rear wheel going into the boot, but Alan Carter shuts the door. Ava Carter was leading the race in third place, will be cursing that mistake. Hit the curb on the second corner and ran very, very wide indeed. They make their way down the straight. Ava Carter starting to close up on Matt Bolsover as they make their way into the second corner. The fallen rider gets back moving again as the leaders go through, and Alan Carter starts to pull away. Ava Carter closes on Matt Bolsover under braking, but not quite close enough to make the pass stick. But Alan Carter is starting to pull away from Matt Bolsover ever so slightly as they make their way down the hill. Bolsover breaks away from Ava Carter in third. But Ava Carter certainly not giving up in third place, just on the back wheel of Matt Bolsover. Jordan Smith in fourth, Tom Orland fifth, Russ Oliver sixth, Paul Ward, Brendan Allen, Ben Cole and Ashley Jones rounding out the top 10. And Matthew Bolsover starts to close back up on Alan Carter under braking going into the boot up towards the final corner. And Alan Carter still leads the way. Matt Bolsover second, Ava Carter third, Jordan Smith just going down in third place. Big style there for Ava Carter. The front end washed out and she goes into the tyre barriers and out of the race seemingly. Let's hope she can get back underway. She's back on her feet, so Ava Carter's all right. Spectacular tumble there into the tyre barriers and trying to extract the bike at the moment. So one of our front runners is out of the race at the moment, trying to get back underway. Bad luck there then for Ava Carter, one of our front runners out of the race. So that means that this race is turning into a two-rider duel now between Alan Carter and Matthew Bolsover. Just a little bit further behind in third is number 189, Jordan Smith. Ava Carter, meanwhile, still trying to get the bike underway. She's okay, but had to extract the bike from the tyre barriers and looks like she's out. Bad luck then for Ava Carter, and the two leaders will see her undoubtedly as we go into the second corner. And Alan Carter starting to pull away slightly from Matt Bolsover in second place. As we see on the footage there, that's Ava Carter getting some assistance, trying to get the bike restarted. And we cut back to the leaders. Alan Carter leads the way, Matt Bolsover in second. And it's between those two riders as they make their way through Ashby, the centre of the track. Alan Carter leads the race by just under a second from Matt Bolsover. It's all very close indeed between those two. About 5 seconds down in third, we have the 189 Jordan Smith. Ava Carter, meanwhile, looking down here on the second corner, it looks like she has got the bike started and gets back into the race. So Carter way down the field now. The lap chart show her in 10th place. But certainly a case of just getting out there and just trying to get some points. as Alan Carter and Matt Bolsover goes through first and second place. The next race coming up is the Mini Motos and GSM 90. So just a paddock announcement for those at the track here, Mini Motos and GSM 90. Can you please make your way down to the waiting zone? So we look here, we see Alan Carter leading with Matthew Bolsover second. Ava Carter touring round, currently a lap down. Got a midfield battle here between number 14, Paul Ward, and 38, Ben Cole, as they go around the final corner. And it's pretty close going into the second corner between, this is the battle for second place between Paul Ward and Ben Cole. Oh, as Cole goes down the inside of Ward on the exit, going up towards Christmas corner. And Ben Cole moves up another position, gets past Paul Ward. Those two battling at the moment for 7th position. Brendan Allen a bit further down the track in 6th. The leaders, meanwhile, making their way through. 1.7 seconds separating Alan Carter from Matthew Bolsover, first and second. Jordan Smith still in 3rd place. We've got yellow flags, though. Oh, as Matthew Bolsover's gone down. He's got back underway again. But Bolsover goes down on the second corner. The flags go back in. It wasn't a serious tumble. Bolsover straight back on the bike. And I'm just going to look as they go into Ashby. I think Bolsover's dropped to 3rd place, possibly 4th now, because Tom Orland's closing up and goes down the inside. There's Bolsover. Coasting round at the moment. He dropped the bike on the second corner and is now down to 4th place. So Bolsover is certainly all right. He's back on the bike again. Oh, another one goes down on the second corner. I'm wondering perhaps if it's a bit slippery on that second corner. That's the 3rd rider to go down in 3 laps. We're on the last lap of the race now as Matthew Bolsover makes his way up towards the boot. Now down into 5th place. Alan Carter leading the way unchallenged now as Jordan Smith goes through in 2nd place. There's Alan Carter, your race leader, the Danish leathers with the white helmet. And he makes his way down into Ashby for the final time and looks cool, calm and collected. Pretty much been a race of attrition so far as both Matthew Bolsover and Ava Carter both dropping the bike and dropping out of contention. But Alan Carter, the visors up and dropping off the pace somewhat now. He's just taking it easy, making sure that he brings it home in one piece. The track is getting a bit treacherous out there in these closing races, and making his way up towards the final corner now is Alan Carter for race number 2 at the Pit Bike 160, and he will take the checkered flag. It's a race win for Alan Carter, and there he goes, takes the checkered flag. It's going to be Jordan Smith, a good steady race for him. He'll bring it home in 2nd place. There he goes, so Smith in 2nd place, 12 seconds down, but really did well there in treacherous conditions. It caught some of the front runners out. And a 3rd place for number 108. Tom Orland brings it home in 3rd.